Hi friends, it's Valerie. Welcome back to this week's What's for Dinner. If you are new here, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. Today's video, I've got 3 inspirational meals for you again, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as we did. So let's just get started. This first meal I've been seeing all over TikTok, and it's called Lazy Enchiladas, and I just really wanted to give it a try. I'm just starting off by spraying some cooking spray on the bottom of my 9x13 baking dish, and I'm taking these frozen taquitos. I have the chicken ones. There's all kinds of flavors out there, so choose one, whatever one you like. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place those on the bottom of the baking dish. I kind of like organize them so that all of them can get a little bit crunchy. I baked those at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Then I'm taking this can of green enchilada sauce and just pouring that all over my taquitos. You, of course, could use red. I'm going to try these with beef taquitos next time with red sauce because these were really good. And I'm going to reduce my sauce next time. I was running out of time here. This is why I was making something very quick. So I didn't reduce the canned sauces like I like. So it is way more watery for my preferences, but it still worked out fine. They were very delicious, and I am gonna cover the top of that with some cheese. I'm using extra sharp cheddar because it's just what I like, and I am putting that all over the top of these enchiladas. And yes, I know these are taquitos, but they don't stay crunchy because of the sauce the way that your typical taquito would, so they're going to be soft in more like an enchilada would be. And I put this back in the oven for about 10 more minutes until the cheese melted. And while that was baking, I just cut up some tomato. You can, at this point, just do any of your favorite toppings. This is it out of the oven. I broiled it for a minute to get the cheese a little brown. And I made some Spanish rice. I served that with a tomato, some lettuce, and sour cream, of course. And this was really delicious. And I loved how super easy it was. Definitely trying this with beef next time. This next meal I'm making is a cheesy kielbasa rice and veggie skillet. I had a kielbasa in my freezer that I wanted to use up, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut that in half and then slice that into some coins. I did realize after cutting them up, because I was pretty occupied this day, so my brain was somewhere else, but I like them cut in half lengthwise first and then sliced. I just like the smaller pieces because they brown up the way I prefer them, and so I did take an extra minute or two to cut all those coins in half. You can do that to your preference. And I added some oil to the bottom of my skillet. I'm going to go ahead and add in my kielbasa pieces, and I'm really just going to let those brown. And while they were cooking, I decided to season them with some garlic powder and some onion powder. And I just continue to let those brown. So your choice on that, just, stop it to your liking. You'll notice how brown mine get towards the end there. And when they were done browning, I added in this bag of spinach. This is about an 8 or 9 ounce bag of spinach, and I'm going to go ahead and add the whole thing in there, and I'm just pressing that down into the bottom of the pan. This is going to begin to cook down fairly quickly, and I'll just continue to stir it to get all those fresh pieces down to the bottom, letting them cook with that kielbasa. And I decided to add some just garlic in there, and I had some leftover broccoli in the fridge. I added that in as well. This is a perfect opportunity to just kind of use up any leftover vegetables you have, or just anything in your fridge you need to use up. Just make this into like a kielbasa veggie skillet. And I made some white rice in the Instant Pot. So I think I made about 2 cups of white rice in the Instant Pot, and I'm kind of just eyeing this, so since I'm not really going off a recipe, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put some of that in there, and I'm kind of just seeing my ratio, like how you like it, more kielbasa or more rice. I did end up using my full 2 cups that I cooked, and then I thought Parmesan sounded really good in this, so I had this bagged Parmesan to use up, and I'm just kind of like, it's shredded, and so I'm kind of like using my hands to break that up a bit. That will help it to melt better than leaving into the bigger or longer pieces. And I'm kind of just stirring that in so it can begin to melt. And I'm also adding in, I'd say in total, because I did this in little steps, just seeing how much I wanted. In total, I probably used a good tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of butter. And like I said, all of the rice that I cooked. And I just kept stirring that together. I added some more cheese, another couple handfuls, and then some salt and pepper. This is, you can kind of taste it and adjust it to your preference. I really loved this meal. It had such nice flavors. It wasn't super heavy, but it still had lots of flavor, so I really enjoyed it a lot. This next meal that I have for you is chili cheese dog boats. I'm starting off by taking a half a cup of salted butter, and I'm just going to go ahead and melt that in the microwave. And to that, I'm going to go ahead and add in about a teaspoon of dried parsley. I didn't have any fresh parsley like the recipe called for. And then I added in some garlic, maybe a couple cloves worth, few cloves worth, something like that. I like garlic a lot, so I just put my preferred amount and I give that all a good stir. And I'm taking these hot dog buns I needed to use up. We had taken these camping and they didn't get used, so I figured I had them. This is a perfect opportunity if you have like some frozen hot dog buns, just use them right on up and place them on the bottom of your baking dish. I am only doing a small amount, like not the full amount from the package, just because I know we weren't going to eat them all and I didn't think this would be a good leftover. So you're kind of go ahead and cut out like a boat shape in the middle of your, like a rectangle basically in the middle of the hot dog bun, and then you'll press down that rectangle and it's going to be pressed down firm and flat to the bottom, and then just go ahead and baste those all with your garlic butter. And go ahead and bake those at 350 degrees for about 5 to 7 minutes till they get nice and a little bit firm to hold the rest of the ingredients. So I'm using American cheese here. You can use cheddar cheese or whatever cheese you like. And I'm just placing some of that in the bottom of those boats. And I'm going to take some of the chili. I do believe I added more than the recipe called for here. I think it was supposed to be a smaller amount because I had trouble fitting my hot dogs, but it was still perfectly fine. I'd rather have more chili there. And then you're going to take some hot dogs. I'm using these Parmesan beef franks, and the recipe that I'll have linked says to cut off the ends. That I'm sure also helps them fit, but I didn't see really a need for it. I would prefer to have all of my hot dog there. It all worked out just fine. And yeah, just go ahead and press those down into the chili, and then you'll go ahead and spoon over some more chili on top of those, and then you're going to go ahead and cover them with some diced onion. I just cut up some white onion and just put as much as you'd like, or if you don't like onions, leave that out. You can also add additional cheese on top if that's what you like. I think this was a good amount though. I made the leftover hot dogs that I had remaining the next day, and I put cheddar cheese, and yeah, it was still good, but I really liked the American cheese. And then you're gonna go ahead and drizzle that butter garlic sauce on top, and you're gonna bake that for another 15 to 20 minutes. And these were absolutely delicious. I know that they're just a chili dog, so it's such a simple thing you'd think, but making them like kind of like garlic bread, the flavor that added and the fact that the buns were like crunchy, it was just really, really delicious for such a simple meal. And I just served these with some Cool Ranch Doritos to keep it quick and easy, but some tater tots or fries would also be really delicious with this, but this was such a great meal. For this pizza night, if y'all could just leave a comment down below letting me know what you think of this. I'm just adding this in. It's just an extra idea of something I ate throughout the week. It's not like a recipe, so I'm not filming it, but if you just want to get a quick glimpse of things like that I eat, just leave a comment letting me know down below. So I made this 3-meat Sicilian pizza that is a thin crust pizza, and it's from Albertsons. So if you have an Albertsons, Vons, Safeway, one of those participating stores, they should have this. And it comes with like sausage and salami, and I added more salamis on top. I have a whole bag full of salami to use up, so I loaded the top of that, and I made this roasted garlic chopped salad kit. This was really delicious. I loved this salad kit. I had never had that before, and it was really, really tasty. I love the taste of garlic though, and I just served that with that pizza, and it was quick, easy, and delicious. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you get notified when I put out a new video, and I hope you all are having an amazing week.